So since I can't ride the bike because it won't even go into neutral, we're gonna have to do this at home, right there. We're gonna be taking it apart. I'm gonna show you guys what kind of mangled components we have. See the damage, go over it. I'm still waiting on the new clutch assembly and basket. But anyway, stay tuned. We're gonna take the primary cover off. We'll see what happened in there. Did something grenade? Did something just shear? Who knows? Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. It's gonna be really interesting to see what's going on in there. Stay tuned. Hey guys, before we start this video, head on over to www.cycle-fanatix.com. Get yourself entered to win the new giveaway bike, our 2022 Street Bob 114 Stage 2 Thrash and Supply bars and risers, Harley Davidson upgrades all over the place, Stage 2 S&S 475 cam, badass bike. Head on over to the website, get yourself entered to win. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So like I just said, Silverback's not even going in neutral. So should be a fairly easy job. I have all the tools. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna drain the oil in the primary. We're gonna be taking the primary cover off, and then let's see what kind of damage is in there. Basically the same thing that happened to me in Laconia. It's going on right now. I can't get into neutral. If I have the clutch lever fully depressed, the bike is still wanting to move forward, so it's not disengaging the clutch all the way. So we're gonna see what's going on. I'm waiting on the parts, but at least we could see. I might need something else in there, I don't know. A lot of people have been talking about changing the primary chain tensioner. I'm probably gonna do that this time with about almost, I think, 13,000 miles on it. So we'll see what else we need. Make sure we have all the parts when the other parts come. So first thing I noticed, I have these magnetic drain plugs. I'm gonna show you how much metal is on there in a second. So take a look. Hopefully the camera could focus in on that. Look how much metal is on there. Do you see that? Wow. That's how it should look. Look at that. That's how it should look. There's a lot of metal on there. All right, so while I wait, while that's draining, I'm gonna take the forward floorboard off. Let's take a look in here. Everything looks all right in there so far. All right, let me show you guys. Everything looks from the outside so far. On the up and up, I see the spring clips still intact, but we won't know. I'm gonna start taking this apart, see what we got going on the inside. These spring clips, they all look good so far. Let me see. All right, so I took the nut off that holds the entire assembly. Now I'm taking off the 2 bolts that hold the chain tensioner in place right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, I'll take off the compensator bolt. Now we should be able to remove everything as one unit. I'm gonna just put some paper down here, and then we can inspect everything properly, because all of that is going to be replaced. Okay. All right, so we got everything off. As you guys see, it's really simple. Just that nut is holding basically the clutch basket with the ring gear. That's where the primary chain is running on these two sets right here of gears. And then this gear right there, that's the gear where the starter engages. That gear right there. If you guys didn't see yet, this is, let me just flip that screen around so I could see. This is the Man of War Compensator. This is what we replaced back when I first got Silverback. That is by Dark Horse Crankworks. That's the Man of War Compensator. One-piece unit inside. It is a one-piece, but you could take it apart. There's, I believe, Teflon bushings in there, and that's what's really taken up any play. Unlike where the stock compensator is kind of smashing around and they shatter. So if anybody's interested, that is the Man of War Compensator. This whole unit here, we're going to be replacing. Let me just pop it off. So this whole unit we're going to be replacing. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep that. That's our chain. And then this unit, you see, this is what I was talking about. These steel rivets in here, if you just wanted to replace the clutch basket, you would have to drill out these hardened steel rivets right here. There is 6 of them. And then you have to take off the basket, put the new one on. But then you gotta press these bearings out of the old one, press them back into the new one, and then bolt all this together. I just didn't want to go through all that. Let me see. That seems okay. Slight little wobble, but it's rotating well. Let me take a look at it more closely. So I can't see any damage. The spring clips, they were all good and in place. I know there was some damage on the basket, but I just can't seem to find where it was, unless I'm just missing it. But there's some scores, I guess, from the last time where the spring clip busted, but nothing major. Let me take a look at this here. Does look like some of them are a little burnt, but they're all intact. But anyway, all of this is going to be new. So the new component that we're going to be using, people ask, well, why didn't you say what you were using? Because honestly, when I ordered it, being how parts are these days, I don't know, you just don't know if you're going to get it or when you're going to get it. But what I did order is the Evolution gear set with the basket that already comes together with the bearing, everything together. And I ordered also the heavy duty high performance clutch kit from Evolution. So everything's going to be an Evolution component that's going to work together. Even if the basket wasn't damaged, I still should have replaced the stock basket because it is not recommended for 153 horsepower. So this way, at least now, all of these components will be bulletproof. And this way I know I won't have to worry about it. Also, the new clutch system, okay, this one has only 3 springs, 3 bolts that hold the clutch pack, the spring tension. The new one has actually 6 springs on it. So that's what we're going to be installing to make sure that it has a lot of clamping pressure. All right, guys, this is going to shock you. So let's go over it again. No issues really. There's some scoring inside the clutch basket. Everything seems to be okay. Nothing crazy, out of the ordinary. These are the spring clips, the Recluse spring clips that hold the clutch in place in the stock basket. These spring clips actually go in like this and they go down and then they hold up against, obviously, the steels and stuff and the clutch plates. So nothing wrong with those. The first time in Laconia, what happened was one of those spring clips, because they changed the design, they didn't have the two angled portions made on the first Recluse torque drive clutch kit that I had. So what happened was the spring failed, spring dropped in there, and then just kind of did a muck up in there. So that's not our problem now. Clutch basket is okay. So as I depress the clutch lever, I know that the pin is coming out. It's actually coming in and out. It's working. So I just talked to Dave. Actually, Dave called me over a phone and had nothing to do with the clutch. What's happening with Dave is he has a Road King with a 145 build on it. And I'm going to be taking that thing out for a ride, and that thing is going to be for sale. And he wants to show you the power that this thing puts out. So definitely stay tuned for this video. I think he's going to come out for a ride with me, and I'm going to tell you guys how this 145 kit feels. It's actually his bike. So I'm telling him basically what I just did with this, and we went over a couple things. The actuator is going in and out, so that's not the issue. The basket is not really the issue. What Dave said is check the clutch itself. And as I was inspecting the clutch does look a little burned, obviously, right? But that wouldn't make the bike still lunge forward. But then he said, check this shit out. I couldn't even believe it. He said, take the steels and the frictions and put them on a flat surface, okay? And it's unbelievable. They're cupped. This way you got to look at it. Every single steel. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know where I could do this so you guys could see this. This is something really, really amazing because every single steel is cupped. It's warped. Every single steel is warped, and that's what's making the clutch hold. That's why it can't depress. Every single steel is warped. Give me a second. I don't know where I could do this. I'm gonna need something really, really flat. So this way you guys could see I have a board here. This is going to be perfect for you guys. Hang on one second. And this is gonna be some amazing information here. Let me just wipe off my hand. So if you look at this steel right here, if I zoom in, look at the gap. Let me get something. Look at the gap. They're actually cupped all the way around. So if I go like that, it's moving, right? It's touching all the way around. It's touching the clutch plate. But look on this side. The paper goes all the way in. And literally, there's probably, I want to say, wow, like I could probably put like 5 of these stickers underneath. That's how warped it is all the way around. So the clutch plate is actually cupped. It's tight to the board around the ring, around the outside, but the inside of every single steel in that clutch pack is bent upwards. They're warped. As you guys can see again, look how far I'm putting the sticker in, all the way around. It's actually touching this outer edge. That's how they should all be, flat. You see how I'm pushing the steel all the way around with the sticker because it's tight up against the board. Not here, it's going all the way in. I hope you guys could see this because this is unbelievable. Every single one of them are like that. So that's the problem. Thank God it was so crazy that Dave called me and he told me, listen, just put it on a piece of steel, on a piece of glass, make sure that they're not warped, and that's our culprit. Every single disc is cupped. I could tell you this, the frictions, okay, they are not. The steel is warped, they're cupped, but the friction is not. The friction ones are not cupped, but every single steel, every single one is cupped. So you have steel plates, which are these, and then you have frictions, and it's almost like a brake pad on them. These are not warped, these are straight. It's the steels that are actually, and when I press it, I don't know if you can hear that. That's how warped they are. If I press it, they're going clink, 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 clink. I don't know if you can hear that. Wow. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Even when I go like that, okay, you could feel that they're so cupped that they're popping in and out. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is insane. So if you have that problem, check that. Make sure you put the discs, the steels on something perfectly flat. Make sure that they are not warped. That's our problem. No matter what, I'm still happy because that is the stock basket, and we should have replaced that anyway. When all of these components come in from Evolution, I'm going to show you guys because it's going to be badass. We're going to have a bulletproof setup. This way I don't have to worry, and I won't have people in the comment section saying, you know, don't dump the clutch, don't ride hard. That's why you guys watch the channel, right? For high performance stuff. If I had a stock bike here, I don't think there'll be one person watching. What's the point of watching me riding a stock bike, right? So anyway, hope this video helped. Stay tuned to the next one because the next one on Silverback will be when all the components are in. We're gonna put everything back together and take her for a ride. And another thing Dave just said is that it's possible that because possibly the clutch was already going out when he dynoed this bike, maybe it was slipping, it's a possibility. We're gonna possibly throw her back on the dyno because she might put out more power. She might have not showed her true potential because this thing is so, I'm telling you, it's the fastest bike I've ridden. It is so fast as far as Harley bagger goes, and it's possible that it wasn't reading the correct power and torque numbers because the clutch was potentially slipping. So stay tuned for that one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are new to this channel, 2020 Street Bob special giveaway bike, head on over to www.cycle-fanatics.com. Get yourself entered to win. Peace out.